5 signs that I was autistic that nobody noticed before me getting diagnosed at 25. Number 5, never being able to make or keep friends. When I was little, my parents literally had to take me to a drama class to teach me how to talk to other people. But to be honest, all this did was teach me how to mask more and meant that I learned the rules of being able to socialise. But then when them friendships became too complex and the rules became even more confusing, I just ended up jumping from friendship group to friendship group. Number 4, having really intense interests. But when I was little, this was just labelled as me being ahead developmentally, because my special interest from about the age of 3 was reading, and then by the age of 5 I had the reading age of an 8.5-year-old. Obviously this was just seen as me being clever rather than me having fixated interests. Number 3, I've always had sensory issues, which nobody ever seemed to notice. Like, up until I got diagnosed as autistic, even I didn't know I had sensory issues. But this is probably because they aren't the stereotypical ones, like needing ear defenders. And yes, I didn't like loud noises, but for me the most noticeable sensory issue that I had was actually temperature, because it's only now that I realised that I can't actually regulate my temperature at all. When I'm really hot, it feels like really extreme because my body doesn't cool itself down. And then the same in reverse, I get physical hives from the cold. When I was little, I always used to say that I had powers, and I thought that I was Matilda because, again, I love to read. Also, I used to be able to hear and smell things and sense things that nobody else could, because I'm autistic. Number 2, being a really rigid thinker. And for me, this just presented like me being controlling and bossy, which is what I got told constantly. I would always want play to be the exact way that I wanted it to be, and if it wasn't, I would basically have a meltdown. And then as I got older, I would get up before my whole family just so that I could stick to a very strict and rigid routine, and like had this really big phobia of being late. And last one for today, but let me know if you want a part 2, having a chronic sense of overwhelm throughout my whole life. For some reason, nobody actually noticed this up until I got to a teenager when I got diagnosed with anxiety. But anxiety was just a symptom rather than the actual problem. And the root cause of it was the fact I felt like everybody else had this manual to life that I didn't receive, and everyone else just seemed to have stuff figured out, know how to talk to each other, know how to actually manage things without getting so overwhelmed and burnt out. Hope this helps. Bye!